St. Thomas. Get us going this evening. How you doing? As we've been doing this month, we're going to start off with Denise's tune, Spirit is in This Place. Won't you sing it with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. A family, we have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We burn in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. We'll raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as is here. Yes, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place.
Hi, welcome. We are so glad that you are here tonight, both in person and online. My name is Amber Davidson. I'm a prayer practitioner here. And before we start, I want to acknowledge that this service is being held on the traditional and ancestral lands of the Arapaho, Ute, and Cheyenne peoples. We know that this land is theirs, and we are thankful for their continued kinship with this place. Our philosophy, Science of Mind, honors the wisdom and teachings found in all faiths. I start dancing and singing when we're doing that, and then I get out of breath when I'm trying to talk. Recognizing that each path leads to the same universal truth of oneness, love, and interconnectedness. Lonnie Hickman and I will be your prayer practitioners after service. We will be over here to know the most divine and wonderful things for you. Please come and get a prayer. Let's see. Let's say our mission and vision together. Am I standing right in front of it? Probably. All right. Our mission. We are an inclusive community inspiring personal growth, spiritual practice, and a positive way of life. And our vision. To support humanity's spiritual growth, creating a world that works for all. Let's invite our kids up to the stage.
of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is. Here we go, one more time. God is everything there is, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is.
Thank you. Love the kidlets part, love that. So our August outreach. Each month we donate to a nonprofit that's local and dedicated to supporting the behavioral and physical health of first responders. Oh, I forgot there was that, sorry. This is the first time I'm doing this, so just be patient with me. Dedicated to supporting the behavioral and physical health of first responders, First Responder Trauma Services provides vital tools and 24/7 access to care, empowering them to prioritize their well-being, prevent crisis, and continue serving others with strength and resilience. Our midweek recharge this month is this Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, August 27th at 6:30. Come and experience a peaceful evening of meditation, ritual, and spiritual connection. It's the perfect midweek pause to renew your heart and mind, and it takes place right across the courtyard in that building. September, food for new thought, is a fondue party, and it's my fondue party. So what I'd love is there to be a waiting list for people who really want to get in to this party, because I've been buying fondue pots this entire year preparing for this. So there will be at least 9 with different things for everyone. If you have questions you'd like to ask me, I would love to tell you about it. It's a $25 ticket. The proceeds all go to CSL NoCo. It's super fun. It will be a great time for you to meet other people and have community and just have a whole lot of fun. So I would really love to see everyone there. I would just really love it if I had to figure out how to make 10 or 12 more servings. So to register for any of these events, amazing opportunities, or to learn more, be sure to sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. It is the best way to stay up to date with all the latest happenings. Subscribe today at cslnoco.org. All right. Please close your eyes if you are comfortable. And the next time you inhale, please say silently to yourself, centered in love, I choose peace. And as you breathe out, repeat the words again. Centered in love, I choose peace. And just continue to inhale and exhale deeply, repeating the words with every in-breath and every out-breath. And just keep repeating that until you hear our beautiful singing bowl. And now, keeping your eyes closed if you are comfortable, just settle into a moment of connection with all of the people that are here today, all the people that are online, all the people that are part of our community. We are all expressions of the divine, all expressions of that love that is never ending, has no restriction. There is nothing that stops it, nothing that diminishes it. It is expansive, and it moves through all of us. and it expands through and as all of us. And I know that in this community of love, that we move to be one with each other. We move to be one as the community, and that the message today, the music today, the prayers today, that everything is in service of this love, is an expression of this love, and available to everyone, welcoming you into this love. And I give thanks in this place of gratitude for the love that exists, this place of gratitude for, by simply stating it, it is. And I release this prayer, knowing that it is already so. And if you'd like to claim it for yourself, please join me in saying, and so it is.
Things are changing around me now. The things I knew are unfamiliar somehow. Nothing is certain, it seems so strange. Nothing is certain except for the change. I've got to rise a little higher, set my soul free, rise a little higher. Now I can see like a river flowing ever to a greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the change carry me. Letting go of all of my plans, they slip away like the water through my hands. No place to anchor, I'm drifting at sea. Waves of change are rolling over me. I've got to rise a little higher, set my soul free, rise a little higher. Now I can see like a river flowing ever to a greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the change carry me. Everything is changing always. Let it move you. Let it shift you higher and higher to a place you've always dreamed but never knew. Carry me into the unknown, far from the comforts and cages of home. Without my past, without my shame, a new horizon is calling my name. Ooh, I've got to rise a little higher, set my soul free, rise a little higher, and now I can see like a river flowing ever to a greater sea. I can rise set my soul free. Rise a little higher, now I can see, like a river flowing ever to a greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the chain carry me.
She wasn't looking at me. I wanted her to look at me. It's okay. No, I hate to rearrange the stage, but hello, everyone. We're going to take the next couple of minutes and we're going to talk about love. Love, the great healer. Love, that expression, that energy, that essence that is the base of who we are. Before I get into that, I want to ask you a question. Where did you learn about love? Take it just a moment, just take a breath. Allow yourself to kind of go back in time. Where? Who taught you? Who were the examples in your life of what love is? What did you learn about love? Because here's what I know. I know that a lot of us learned what someone thought love was, but we possibly didn't learn what love truly is. Because we have a hard time conveying it. And I want to talk about harmonious love this afternoon, which is that taking that love to a deeper level, to another space. And when I look at that and I think about that, I wonder how many of us even know what that's about or how to do that. And I have this innate, I guess that's what I call it, ability to always take myself and assess how I'm showing up and what could I do better. And the thing that has been coming up for me for months, if not longer, is if I could just love a little better, if I could just let people know how much I love them, if I could convey that. And the challenge for me is that sometimes people in my life aren't so lovable. I'm sure you've never had that problem. I'm sure that's never crossed your mind. Is this person really worth loving? Is this worth all of this energy I'm expending on this person? So let me tell you a little bit about where I learned about love. I had an incredible mother, and my mom did not know how to do anything but love. And I wasn't very old. I was probably, 4th, 5th grade when I started to realize that my mother's expression of love was food. And when you walked in her house, the first thing she asked you was, did you want something to eat? And if you didn't want anything to eat, she'd go over and open the refrigerator door and she'd start naming off items in the refrigerator. And if that didn't work, she'd go out to the freezer off the back porch and come in with frozen things that she was willing to thaw out and make for you, because she was so purposeful about feeding the planet. And I remember growing up in grade school, junior high, high school, we always had people in the house. And my mother was a dental hygienist, worked at Fort Carson, Colorado. I think many of you know where Fort Carson is. And so a lot of the times it was GIs that were coming, soldiers. And we weren't that far from the Air Force Academy, so sometimes it was Air Force cadets who were coming over. And all kinds of people. The house was always full, and she made enough food for armies. I would watch her prepare, and it was just unbelievable to see what she did. Now here's a lesson I learned from her. My husband Art and I got a divorce in the 70s somewhere. And after that divorce, I found out that he was going over to my mother's house on a fairly regular basis, and she was loading up his car with groceries. And I kind of got bent about that. I could not understand why my mother was taking my ex-husband's side and giving him groceries on a regular basis. And what I discovered in my conversation with her was that not only was she going to express her love, period, the end, she was not particularly concerned whether or not she had my permission. And so I kind of accepted that and kind of moved on a little bit and kind of went to that place of, no, like this here, sorry. Fast forward 10, 12 years. And I was going through another divorce. And I discovered again that my ex-husband, this one's name was Dave, was going over to my mom's and she was loading him up with groceries. And she was having the time of her life. She would go to the commissary, she would buy 10 times more stuff than they ever needed. And that was her gift, that was her love, that was her expression. We had another conversation. She wasn't taking sides, she was expressing love. There was no attachment. And I started to learn something about this love that she had. Fast forward another 10 or 12 years, I know where your heads are at. Yes, I went through another divorce. Now here's what I discovered. I probably needed to stop getting married. That was kind of what came up for me. And I don't want you to get caught up on, oh my gosh, how many times has she been married? Don't go there. The message here is the gift my mother would give these people who I had divorced from my life. And she continued to demonstrate that love. How beautiful is that? And the lesson that I learned from it was that she did not hold any animosity, even though I had stories to tell. I had good reason why those marriages didn't work. I'm thinking that reason's probably standing in front of you now, but whatever. But she never got into that. She never got into that debate, and she never told me, well, you know, he's such a jerk. She never did that. She just loved. And it was such an amazing, amazing example for me, and I'm so appreciative that I had that in my life. Because many of us grow up with conditional love. If you act like that one more time, we're shutting you in the room. Nobody's going to talk to you. You might not even get fed. Those were some of the kind of consequences that many of us learned about. And what we learned was that if I behave a certain way, I'm not sure what that way is, but if I behave a certain way, I do things a certain way, I'm probably going to get love from you. And if I mess that up, I'm probably not. And because of that, we all learned about conditions. And for some of us, there's frustration in that. For some of us, there's pain in that. There's a sorrow, a kind of a broken part of who we are. So let's look about what we can do about this. When I talk about harmonious love, that word harmonious just brings something together for me. And you know what I love about coming up here to Fort Collins and being with all of you is that I get on I-25 at my house, and I get to get off on Harmony. That's the road that brings me over here. And when I was looking at the exit today, and I thought, oh, isn't that amazing? Even to get to this center, I get to step onto that path of harmony. I love that. It's beautiful. So in the song that Ken just sang for us by Michael Gott, he talks about we can rise a little higher. So think about your life. Think about the chaos. Think about the challenges. Think about the turmoil. Think about all of the things that are going on in the world. There's just so much. And if we can just take a deep breath and remember to rise a little higher, to allow ourselves to be lifted up. And for me, what it is to remind myself that I am one with God, that there is a power and it's within me. And when I take that moment to acknowledge that and to allow myself to kind of sync up with that spiritual being that is a part of me, my energy is lifted. My mindset is lifted. I have clarity. I can see things differently from a different perspective. It's a beautiful thing. So what I want us to remember is that as we go through this wonderful thing we call life on planet Earth, and things get wonky, and things get discombobulated, and our hearts get broken, we can rise a little higher into that spiritual space and place of that connection with God, and everything just kind of goes easy, calm, peaceful. How beautiful that is. Mahatma Gandhi said, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. And I love that quote because that quote is reminding us to be authentic. Just show up. Just be you. Don't apologize. Just be you. As long as we're not harming another human being, we're perfect. We're perfect even if we're harming them. We're just perfectly harming them. But we won't get into that. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, but just be in that place of harmony and recognizing that we are authentic and we are showing up as who we are. I have learned that there are some words in the English language that describe me that I've never used to describe me before. And when we open up the pathway with spirit, when we're interacting with God in your prayers and your meditations, and we ask for things, they show up. I asked for some individuals to come into my life. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what they were going to look like. I had a little bit of criteria. I wanted just some new friends that could give me some insights on certain things about the place where I live. And 2 people showed up. And it was amazing. And it was incredible. And we're having these wonderful conversations. And sometimes it's hard for us to stop talking because we just have so much to share with each other. And it's just so incredible and so beautiful. And when we look at that and we look at this idea of becoming more into harmony with our love, it all fits together, doesn't it? And when we look at that idea of rising up, that's prayer work. And I say the word work because sometimes we have to pay attention when we're praying. Sometimes we have to be specific. Sometimes we have to be aware of what we are putting out there into the universe because things are going to start coming our way. Things are going to start coming our direction. Thich Nhat Hanh offers this in the teaching. He says that it is written that all wrongdoings arise in the mind. It is through the mind that wrongdoings can disappear. So as I was looking over this, and I'm reviewing this week, I thought, oh my goodness, this is basically saying that all of the chaos, all of the problems, all of the challenges, all of the dysfunction that's showing up in my life, I made it up in my head. So did you. You can look at it how you choose, but that's kind of how it works. We're making up stuff as we go. We're creating things. We're tapping into those ideas and thoughts we thought were love. We're trying to make them fit in today's world. We're creating this whole context, this whole concept, and it's sometimes challenging. So we teach this in our philosophy. I love what I do. I teach the science of mind. I teach new thought. This is all we're about, is this idea of how to make our lives work and how to make our lives work better, richer, fuller, more expansive, more full of love. That's what we teach. So the belief and the thinking that our minds create the container for our experiences of life. And if we encounter something that doesn't align with our desire, I don't have to scream. I don't have to stomp my feet. I don't have to make a big deal out of it. All I gotta do is change my thinking. When I first came to this philosophy, that was one of the things that just boggled my mind. How do I do that? How do I do that? How do I do that? You do it step by step, prayer by prayer, day by day. And I don't even think the way I did 20, 30 years ago when I first came into this philosophy. My mind doesn't even evaluate and process things the same way I once did, because I have been able to work through my spiritual practices, through prayer, through my teachings, through these teachings, to change that thinking. The mind co-creates with the law. Your mind doesn't override it. Whatever's going on in your mind, that is what the law is responding to. And that's where I got a little shaky when I first came into this philosophy, because I thought, oh my goodness, if I'm showing up with all that old baggage and that old way of thinking, the law is trying to bring that into my life. No, 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 no. We learned in practitioner training many years ago the term cancel, cancel. So when you said something and it had a little bit too much energy in it and it was negative, we just go cancel, cancel, because we wanted to make sure that that didn't start manifesting something for us. That's not where we thought we were headed. The law does not edit the mind. It simply works with what it's given. So we really can't get upset if it doesn't feel like our prayers are being answered. We really can't get upset if the world looks really out of control right now, because our thinking brought it forth. Not just mine alone, all of us, collectively. We are exactly where we set out our minds to be, oh, so many years ago. It's exactly what's happening. So what are the things we can do to restore harmony? To make that love just be so much more tangible? Well, if we're looking to transform the ignorance of the mind that brought about the conditions that we're experiencing, then what we need to do is first go to prayer. Talk to God. Talk with Spirit. Allow Spirit in the room. Have that conversation. We call it spiritual mind treatment. We call it affirmative prayer. Meditation is another good way. And sometimes meditation is as simple as sitting quietly and possibly playing a game of solitaire. We always think that meditation means I have to go into this space and I have to empty my mind and I can't be looking at anything or I can't be doing anything. Any type of repetitive behavior that you do can be a form of meditation because you don't have to think about it. Now, that doesn't include driving the car. I just want to make sure we put that out there right away. Even though a lot of us are unconsciously out there driving vehicles, I can attest that I've done that from time to time, but that's not the point. But we can go into that place and we can allow that meditative process to just give us some release. A game, a walk, quiet time, music, beautiful, beautiful ways to meditate. We don't have harmony in our lives because we're going into self-beat-up because we don't think we're doing the principles and the practices the way we should. Stop it. Stop it. Let's allow ourselves to be in that space, to be doing what we're doing. So we pray, we meditate, we write, we put something new into the consciousness. When you pray with a practitioner, one of the first things the practitioner will ask you is, what do you want to experience? If you have a session with a practitioner, they may ask you, what is the opposite of that? Because when we're talking about all the things that are upsetting us and all the things that we're struggling with, we want to stop, take a breath, and figure out what's the opposite, because that's what we're praying for, to move into that place, to move into that different mindset, that different idea. So if love is getting a little bumpy in your life, or it's feeling painful, there was a song, was that in the 80s? Love Hurts? Ken's nodding his head, so I must have hit it close, the 80s. And I remember I used to listen to that song and thinking, oh my gosh, what a horrible thing. It's so painful. It doesn't have to be. It gets to be harmonious. We just have to have the strength and the courage to take a stand for that and make sure that that's what we're bringing into our world, and then now it's what we're giving out to others. I have a quote here from Thomas Merton that says, "Happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance, order, rhythm, and harmony." I don't have to get super intense about it. I can have the peace of it, the balance of it, the rhythm of it, and allow that to be who I am. I don't have to run up to you and shake you and say, "Did you hear me? I told you I love you." I love you. No, it's coming from an energetic place, from the heart, from the space within us, and it touches another person. I've always been surprised when I have an interaction with someone and I walk away, and sometime later someone will say something to me about what a loving person I am, and I'm thinking, I don't know what I did, but okay. I mean, I do my best to just be present, to be open to what's going on. So let's look at the word compassion. Because when we were growing up and we were learning all those wonderful conditions about how to behave, I don't know that we received a lot of compassion. And I don't know that this world understands what compassion is all about. So this week, I encourage you to listen to others with compassion. And I've started doing this, and what I've discovered is that brain of mine that wants to tell me what I'm going to say when you stop talking, as soon as you take a breath and it's my turn, that brain that's going to do that, when I'm listening to you with compassion and I'm fully in the place with who you are and what you're sharing, that voice goes away. I can't tell you how many times in the past few weeks I have said to myself, not necessarily out loud, I thought I had something I was going to say, but I don't know what it was. But I know exactly what was just shared with me. I know exactly the feeling and the emotion of the person that is sharing with me. I don't have to correct you. I don't have to tell you what you need to do. I don't have to recommend supplements for your diet. I don't have to do any of those things. I can sit and be present with you and be a compassionate listener and allow you to share whatever it is that's on your heart that you need to share. And when you're done, I can thank you for sharing, and I can ask you, is there any way I can support you? Most of us are waiting for the other person to jump in with something else to say. Oftentimes, we're already in defense mode because we're afraid someone's going to tell us what we did wrong. We need to move all of that energy out. That doesn't belong here. That doesn't support us at all. So when we use this compassionate listening, we focus on truly understanding the other person's perspective. I don't have to agree with it, but I can hear it. I can understand it. I can even get a good inclination as to why you might think that that's the way you want to go. And again, I still don't need to correct you. We all have the wisdom, the same wisdom within each of us to find the answers. Sometimes we just need to let go of some of that conversation and energy that we're not sure what to do with. We don't need to correct, diagnose, defend, or avoid. We can just be present. Imagine how life would feel if we approached listening as an opportunity to demonstrate our love. I have been very frustrated with my dog. She doesn't talk a lot, but she makes a lot of noise. She has been on steroids for longer than I care to believe that she has, but they seem to be doing something for her. And because of that, she's constantly hungry. And she weighs about 90 pounds. She's about this big, and she's got a paw about that size. And she'll come up and she'll just whack me and whine because she wants food. And I have been frustrated. And the other day, I kind of snapped at her, and I'm sitting there looking at her thinking, okay, this is your dog. She doesn't understand, and she sure doesn't understand the energy of my agitation. She only understands that she's taken a medication that's making her want to eat 24 hours a day. So I need to find something to do with her, to help her, to support her. And I don't need to get up and go over to the cupboard and pull out another bowl of food, because that's why she weighs a little over 90 pounds right now. So even in that mindset, in that relationship, which might seem a little silly to you, I can be compassionate. And if I can practice at home with my dog, you better believe I can take that out into the world, right? What a great way to build up that muscle of compassion and support of other people. And I'm not just talking about being compassionate towards the rest of the world. Be compassionate with yourself. I have this unbelievable inner critic. I'm sure none of you do. And she is telling me every little thing I said wrong, every thought I shouldn't have done, every action, oh my goodness. I will go into the store and come out and I swear someone has moved my car because it's parked all kittywampus. And that critic kicks in immediately. You did it again. You did it again. You do not know how to park a car. And so she and I are learning new dialogue because I want to be compassionate towards myself. And I am also learning to pay a little more attention when I pull into the parking place as opposed to waiting until I come out of the store. Just to make sure I got my ducks in a row, if you want to call it that. So let's listen daily to ourselves, to that heartbeat of the planet, and let's pay attention to everything that's going on with a gentleness, with a desire to understand, not to change our minds, but just to be understanding, to be supportive, to be caring. Compassion, in my mindset, is the gentle touch. I have started asking people outside of this philosophy to tell me what compassion means to them. And I cannot tell you how many people don't seem to know what that word means. It's not something we've taught. And we get to start teaching it. And we get to start practicing it. And we get to start sharing it with the rest of the world. It's a great tool to have in that wonderful toolbox we have called relationship, is to pull out that compassion. And you never know when you're going to need it. But the more you practice it, the more willing you are to just stop, pause, breathe, allow, and let things move forward. A.H. Amos gives us this quote: "You are not the feelings or thoughts of the contents of your awareness." Let me say that again. You are not the feelings or the thoughts or the contents of your awareness. None of these are who you are. You are the fullness of your being, the substance of your presence. The fullness of your being. That just gives me a whole different idea of who I am and how I show up. I find that just so beautiful. So here's what's happening in the world today. Love is calling us. Love is calling us to change our minds, to change our hearts, to expand our thinking, to look at things differently, to go deeper in that human connection, to let go of those biases and those prejudices and those mindsets that said you can't talk to people like that, or you can't be around someone like that, or that person is squirrely and I'm not going anywhere near that. It's not about that. It's about being open to the very wonderful, beautiful, unique way each one of us shows up and being okay with that, being accepting of that. The same thought patterns and processes that brought each one of us to this current experience are the same ones that can elevate us to new heights, that can help us rise up, that can help us to love and live and be harmonious. We can change the planet with that. And here's the cool news. I don't know if you know this, but we don't need a majority vote to do it. A small percentage of people can ignite this and make that change, and it can become a global event as long as we are consistent and dedicated. to the outcome that we are seeking. So this week I encourage you, take a moment. Think about how you would start being more, better, bigger at loving. Think about how love impacts your life and how it has healed others and how it has supported others, and what more can you do? It's not about going out and spending money, and you don't have to send out a bunch of cards, although sending a bunch of cards to people is always a cool idea, to just touch base and be kind and give a kind word. But there's so many things that we can do just by showing up and being here. I'm here to listen, to hold you in that space, to support you. When you are working on your prayers and your meditation this week, and you come up with an affirmative statement, that wonderful positive statement that's in the present tense that says, this is what I'm doing right now, choose the words that scare you. Choose the words that go, oh, that's intense, and start saying that affirmation over and over and over again. Stretch that wonderful mindset, that wonderful consciousness into that depth of love, into that depth of greater, bigger, better. When we encounter chaos, turbulence, and misunderstanding, it's so easy to feel like we're alone. It's easy to feel unloved. I don't know about you, but that's not a feeling I want to have. It feels like something has been taken from me if I have that sense of not being loved. And that's not the direction we want to go. Each one of us, each one of you, has the power within you to love deeper, to express compassion, to be more strong and in tune with exactly what is going on in life and what you want to create. Each one of us already has the power. So let's take this week. Let's put it to the test. And let's remember that the time for us to grow, to transform, to deepen our love, the time is now. Please pray with me. What I know right here and right now is I know that there is a power, a presence, a truth, a love, a light. There is an energy that is permeating all things, all life, and it is a part of me. It is a part of each and every one of us. It is that God power within us, that energy, that grace. And what I know is, as I align my thinking and my awareness with this truth of who I am, I do this for everyone, knowing that we are all connected. We are all of God, and we are all in God, and God surrounds each and every one of us. And knowing this is the key, the basic piece of who we are. And as we recognize that we are one with God, we recognize we are all connected to one another. We are united. We are unified. And it is our love that is going to bring us to that next level of expression. It is our love that is going to heal this planet. It is our love that is going to turn the tables on the political world and the challenges that happen in the places where people are struggling and are lost and being harmed. It is our love. And so what we know right here and right now is that we deepen in this place of love. We allow ourselves to build it up harmoniously. We rise up into that high vibration of energy, knowing what is ours to do and knowing how we can bring forth this love and help heal others and heal this planet. And so what I know for each of us this week is that we take time to recognize this. We take time to reflect on this. We take time for bringing it into prayer and seeking Spirit's guidance to know that we can accomplish more, be more, do more. In this place of love, we are attracting people to the center. We are attracting people to this philosophy. We are attracting people into our hearts, and it is heart to heart where we move forward, embrace, and create a world that works for all. How beautiful this is, how grateful I am. How blessed is each and every one of us. And what I know right here and right now is that it's all good, it's all God. And as I turn these words over to the law of mind, I know it is already there, manifesting. Because Spirit always says yes. And so we need do nothing more in this moment right here and right now other than embrace it and accept it and let it go, turning it over to God, knowing it's done, knowing it's perfect. As we say together, and so it is.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sailed into the misty. Hark now, hear the sailors cry. Smell the sea, feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the misty. And when that foghorn blows, you know I'll be coming home.
Oh, that was fabulous. Ken, Lance, you guys are on fire tonight. Loving everything. So as we move into our offertory section tonight, let's just take a moment to remember that gratitude feeling, to just be in that gratitude and know that blessings are showering down upon us. And even if your life may be thinking something's contrary to that, just know that it keeps going, that blessings are there. And the more that you stay in gratitude, the more you have a reason for gratitude. Okay, we're not at that slide yet.
That's an old slide.
Okay,
Go past that, and then we should be good.
all right, let's go past that.
Yeah.
There we go. Awesome, thank you. Thank everybody who's helping me with this reminds me of the first play that I ever did, and I didn't have a prop until the opening night, and I missed every single one of my cues in that play because I had a prop for the first time. I can't do two things at the same time. Anyway, please place your gift over your heart and join me in saying our offering affirmation together. Is it there? Yes. Money is God's love and expression. Since it is never withheld from me, I choose to give freely of all that comes to me from the one infinite source.
There was a time in my life thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, or the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you are discouraged, stuck there just to make it through another day, just gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Yes, I release and I let go. With the Spirit in my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit in my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. Yes, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love.
Thank you, Ken. If you are here for the first time, you are very welcome. We're so glad that you have chosen to join us today. Know that you matter, and we are here to support you. After service, our prayer practitioner, Lonnie, will be up here for prayer on this side of the room. We also have prayer requests at the back of the room on the table. And if you are online and you would like a prayer, please go to our website at cslnoco.org and submit a prayer request. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's always a joy to come together in community with all of you all. All y'all. All y'alls. All y'alls. A heartfelt thanks to everyone who made today's service possible. It takes a dedicated team. Your time and energy are, as always, truly appreciated. We will be going out to a local restaurant tonight for dinner after service. If you are interested in doing that, please join us at the welcome table and find out where we're going. Let's see. Please stand if you are willing and able for our benediction and closing song. Placing your hands over your heart, let's say our benediction. Our benediction. I guess there was more. Okay, there we go. Our benediction together. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of our own true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for all beings. Love is who we are. Love is all there is.
For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. But then I finally realized that I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking could change my life. That's how I could change the world. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy.